Hi guys. It's so nice not being sick anymore. But my ring's on. I'm still recovering from COVID, feeling so much better. I just did so much cool stuff. I don't even know where to start. I filmed those 3 videos. I'll actually insert the clip here. It's like less than a minute. Hello you guys. I had to briefly come on here to discuss the rage that I feel right now because I filmed 3 videos. I filmed 3 videos today and I just finished 2 of them, and they were like really, the last one especially was like over 30 minutes, and I was like really proud of how both of them turned out. They just didn't, like, the files corrupted. I don't even know why, but my heart is fucking shattered. I'm so sad. I'm gonna have to just go read my book and eat my feelings away. And after that happened, I read a lot today of my book, A Court of Wings and Ruin. And it's off to a way better start than the second book, in my opinion. So, sorry, these hairs are really bothering me, but I'm too, like, I also need them there. So that was nice. I then decided that I was gonna read, but I decided that I should watch. I can't do that with that hand. I decided that I wanted to watch a movie. And I was stuck between Harry Potter and The Deathly Hallows Part 1 and Lost in Translation came into my brain. And I'd been wanting to watch this movie because I found out that my favorite... Sorry, I ran out of storage on my phone. Now I feel rushed. I didn't delete enough stuff by any means. I never do. But yeah, that's the reason that I wanted to watch the movie. And it ended up being so beautiful. Very messy, very human. But something about that humanity made it so endearing that I absolutely loved it. And the soundtrack was so good. And so was the videography around Japan, specifically Tokyo and its surrounding cities. It was so gorgeous. I look so tired. I am so tired. I don't even know what time it is right now. It's really late. I can't. I'm like, I don't want to go to sleep yet. Like, even though I'm really tired. Does anyone else have that? Like, I could go to sleep, but I just don't. I don't want to. But yeah, I ended up giving it a 5 stars. I just really found it to make a really deep impression on me, and I silently cried at the end. Yeah, I had a really nice time watching it. In a lot of movies, you know, I gotta take a break or I'm zoning out a lot, but I actually locked in the entire time. No breaks. After that, I actually was so happy that I watched it and felt so inspired. And it's because sometimes within it and at the end of the movie, the song Just Like Honey started playing by Jesus, and which is a band that I also really adore and who contributed a lot to shoegaze. So I was really surprised by all the shoegaze in the film, because even then, after Just Like Honey comes on and the credits are rolling, there's another song there that I found by Kevin Shields, and that is the lead singer and guitarist of My Bloody Valentine. So the song's not on Spotify though, which is really unfortunate, but what can you do? I'll listen to it online. But yeah, I thought that was really cool because shoegaze is one of my favorite genres, and has been for a while now. It really does something to my chest and my soul and my brain. It affects me like no other genre of music does. So it was cool. And after that, I went and re-listened to a lot of those songs, MPV songs, slow dive songs, Jesus and the Mary Jane, and it got me feeling, and it led me to somehow re-listening to See Swallow Me. I just started going through, because I made this playlist a while ago called The Heartstopper, and it was supposed to be like songs that bring such intense nostalgia to me that when it comes on, it feels like my heart stops or like skips a beat, and I've been waiting to add to it. So I decided tonight was the night, and while doing that, and rediscovering just all these great songs, and holding a very heavy heart. Songs are one of those things that, certain smells bring back memories, certain tastes, certain sounds, certain places, certain people, everything. But music, I've always grown up with a soundtrack to my life in my head. I remember one time I tried to create a story, like a plot based on, I had a song for every moment in the plot line, like every significant moment, and it was basically the soundtrack to my life and what I wanted to play during all these important moments in my life. And even right now, I can list you the soundtrack of my life. I'm not going to, but I could list you the soundtrack of my life. I could list you the songs, my heartbreak songs, the songs that were there for me, the songs that calmed me, the songs that made me feel less alone, the songs that made me happy, the songs that made me dance. I can tell you a song that I hold near and dear to each person in my life, that I have a special memory to them with. Music has just always been so deeply ingrained into everything that I do, and I'll never be able to escape it, and I don't want to. But damn, like when I play certain songs, the way and like the intensity of everything flooding back sometimes is honestly unbearable. Sometimes it's also beautiful or beautifully overwhelming as well. Like some things are just so vivid and I just can't hold on to it all. I can't relive it in that moment, because songs also tend to deepen feelings and intensify them. So if it's already an intense emotion, especially if like the driving emotion of the song coincides with the emotion you are feeling when you listen to it. Some people listen to sad songs when they're feeling happy. Some people listen to sad songs when they're sad. Some people listen to happy songs when they're sad, And I find when it matches, the nostalgia is so intense. I don't even know where the fuck I began talking about this. What the hell was I trying to say? Oh my god. Anyways, I think this is where I was getting at. I had to delete more. But as I was doing this and making these playlists, I came across this song about art called "See Swallow Me" by the Cockatoo Twins. If you haven't heard of it, go listen. It's a pretty popular song by them. And it brought back such an intense memory. It came flooding in. And just after like the movie that I watched where everything was so romanticized, and it just like on some level resonated with me, and I felt a very strong urge to go and write poetry. And I haven't written poetry in a very long time, but it used to be something I was very passionate about, that I felt like I had something. I felt like I had a spark in it. I don't know the right word, but I just felt good about. There's not many things that I do beside like my character in terms of like being kind that I'm proud of. Not many things I like produce that I'm proud of, I guess. And my writing, my poetry was one thing that I felt really proud of. So it was kind of sad to not feel inspired for a while. But to get back and write that, I wrote 2 poems. And the first one in particular, I am very proud of. And it came to me like in less than 3 minutes. I filled out a page. And the second one, it needs some tweaking, but I love the premise of it. I love the idea. I love where it's going. I love what it's trying to say. So that was really special. And it made me feel really good. And then I finished my entire playlist of all those important songs to me. And I'm so tired now. But it was just such a nice night that I had to share. I've really learned to value alone time. And it's funny because I hate being alone. I begged for everyone I could think of to hang out tonight. But the problem was my options were limited because I'm getting over sickness. And I know, like, you know, my friends, my boyfriend, they have lives. And now for many people is a really terrible time to get sick, especially COVID, which lasts really long. So out of respect, there were certain people I didn't ask. However, I asked my boyfriend, but he's like, I'm seeing you tomorrow, you know, you'll probably be 100% by then, whatever. But I picked anyone I could, and no one agreed to hang out with me. Well, one person did, but then I just know they didn't have time. I'm so glad that I was forced to sit with myself, because whenever I do sit with myself, I watch beautiful things, I consume beautiful things, I make beautiful things, I have beautiful thoughts, introspective thoughts. I learn about myself. I take away things that I can then contribute in conversation when I do have discussions with people. So alone time is so important, and even though I'm scared a lot of the time to be alone or to feel alone, it's so important that we do. And it's funny because I find I can entertain myself a lot, but I just never, I always choose company. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say. It is now 2 a.m. I really wanted to read before I go to bed because my book right now is getting so insanely good. I'll show you real quick before my phone runs out of storage. Here's my book. I'm on the 3rd one, like I said. So my goal was to get to page 100. I don't think I'm gonna have it in me to read 50 more pages right now, but I will do my best. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to me ramble, and I hope you have a fantastic sleep, or a fantastic day and spend some time with yourself and indulge in something that inspires you or interests you or makes you happy.